All right, guys. So the backlash that we've seen from angry parents at school board meetings is now taking itself into court. Now, when I talk about the backlash, right, from angry parents, I'm not just talking about those parents whom are, against mandates, right? There are also parents that are for mandates that are also angry, okay? And again, this has led to basically a battle, right? An ideological battle in regards to whether or not mask mandates should be in school, right? Now, in this video, guys, I'm gonna outline some things that are going on both sides so that you guys get an understanding of what's going on here. As you have different states that are allowing these school districts to implement mask mandates, and then you have some states, red states in particular, like Texas and Florida, that have banned mask mandates, right? So parents are trying to sue on both sides against the state or their school districts in regards to certain policies. Now, before I get into this, like all the videos I do about subjects like this, I'm not making any claims about the mask, vaccine, the virus, the pandemic. I'm not making any claims whatsoever. If you have any questions about masks, vaccines, the virus, the pandemic, if you have any questions whatsoever, please consult your doctor. Please consult your medical professional. I am simply discussing public policy and public policy only. Again, I'm not making any claims. Now, this first video I want to show you guys is this parent from Clark County school district, which I believe is in Nevada, whom served the school district a $200 million lawsuit over the school's district's mask mandate. Take a look.
Fears of life on us, and every single time they claim that it's in the best interest of all of us. You sit here claiming again that you have the best interest of our children at heart. You sit here claiming that you're doing what's best for our children's health, what's best for human interest. What's best for human interest will and always be allowing humans to have their own personal freedom of choice without someone forcing their own will or their own fears on us. Yet again, you're starting segregation based off of your own fears and your own personal interests. The people in this country have had enough, and we are fighting back. I have something to give you. Security, would you do me a favor? Would you please hand those forms to the board members starting with Jara? You've been officially served a $200 million lawsuit with 6 complaints and violations under multiple amendments. Your job is not to be concerned with the children's health. You're not nurses. You're not doctors. You are not responsible for their health organization. Your only focus is on our children's education. If the education system here is 50th in the state, and you make almost more money than anybody else, it is very clear that you have failed at doing that job. This country is not alone. It's time that we wake up, and we're going to give you lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. You can throw it out as much as you want, but we're going to keep this paperwork on your desk and keep a problem going until we get exactly what we want. This is not a negotiation. We will have our freedom of choice, and we're going to see you in court.
Your laugh is disgusting!
All right, guys. So you see that passionate dad. He's essentially saying that they're serving this school district a $200 million lawsuit over the mask mandate. Now, essentially, the argument that he's making here is that parents have control over the health choices of their kids, right? Not the school district. That's the argument he's making. He's also making an argument that this school district, they're worried about the wrong things. Because historically speaking, this school district performs very, very poorly. Okay, this is a quote from the Las Vegas Review Journal, right, that discusses this school district and their really poor test scores. It says, quote, sadly, recent test scores show that only 26% of the district students are proficient in math. Clearly, the state board and the district are not even close to meeting their goals. Is this just a COVID-19 distance learning related blip on the radar, or is this a continuation of poor performance that began after Walt Ruffles was superintendent from 2006 to 2011? The answer, sadly, is the latter. For many years, the district has ranked near the bottom nationwide in student achievement. Reading proficiency scores have been traditionally low. Recently, only 31% of fourth graders were proficient in reading, and only 28% of eighth graders made the grade. And finally, on July 8th, Superintendent Jose Jara pulled an end run at a public school board meeting to garner consent agenda approval from the board of trustees to radically lower the student grading system without public debate. So essentially that parent low-key has a certain point, right, where it comes to, this school board and implementing these policies, but yet this school district is performing poorly, right? They seem to be more concerned about making health choices in place of parents rather than actually educating the children. At least that is the argument from them. Now, on the flip side of that, you also have parents that are for the mandates that are doing some things that are just as provocative, okay? As there's one parent out in Texas that wants the school district to implement a mask mandate, that decided that in order to prove his point, he would strip nearly naked at a school board meeting. Take a look.
And I'm here to say that I do not like government or any other entity, just ask my wife, telling me what to do. But sometimes I got to push the envelope a little bit, and I just decided that I'm going to not just talk about it, but I'm going to walk the walk. At work, they make me wear this jacket. I hate it. They make me wear this shirt and tie. I hate it. On the way over here, I ran 3 stop signs and 4 red lights. I almost killed somebody out there. But by God, it's my roads too. So I have every right to drive as fast as I want to, make the turns that I want to. I got over here to the school today and the parking lot's full, and I decided I was going to park wherever the hell I want to, which in this case happened to be a handicap. But I really hate my clothes. So it's simple protocol, people. We follow certain rules. We follow certain rules for a very good reason. Can you stop?
Mr. Akers, I understand, I believe you're a swimmer, but if you would mind putting your pants back on for a comment, that would be appreciated.
All right, guys. So, I just want to be clear here. He's not actually naked. He still has his underwear on, just in case the YouTube moderators, for whatever reason, think that he is naked. No, he's not naked. He has his underwear on. That video is up on YouTube on multiple news channels. So, I think the point that this man is trying to make is essentially that, well, you know, I don't necessarily like following rules, but there are some rules that just must be followed, right? And just because I don't like following the rules doesn't necessarily give me the right to break them, right? Which is kind of, you know, what he was demonstrating when it came to taking his clothes off during a school board meeting in support of mask mandates. So again, I'm just showing both sides of what's going on here in regards to, you know, these parents arguing at these school boards about this policy. Now, in reference to this stuff going to court, I also have another case here in which the Justice Department argues that the Texas ban on school mask mandates violates disabled students' rights. So let's read a little bit more here in regards to what's going on with, you know, parents, you know, that are for mask mandates and the arguments that they're making. Texas families of children with disabilities who have filed a lawsuit challenging Governor Greg Abbott's ban on mask mandates in schools now have the federal government in their corner. On Wednesday, the U.S. Department of Justice filed a formal statement in support of the federal lawsuit filed in August by the advocacy group Disability Rights Texas. In the statement, federal attorneys argue that banning public schools from requiring masks for students keeps disabled children from accessing in-person classes during the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. The statement points out that Abbott's executive order this summer, which bans mask mandates, has the effect of denying them an equal opportunity to participate in and benefit from in-person instruction offered by their public schools. Even if the school district offers a virtual learning option, the federal agency insists the governor's orders still violate the Americans with Disabilities Act because all students need to be afforded every option available. The pandemic does not authorize officials to ignore the ADA. If anything, the states need to be more sensitive to public health needs, the department said. The department noted that following the ADA superseded any order. Renee Eza, a spokesperson for Abbott, said in a statement that the federal government misunderstands the executive order as it doesn't prohibit anyone in school from wearing masks. It only prohibits the mandating of masks. Quote, any Texan with any background has the right and ability to wear masks if they choose, and parents are the best decision makers for their children, is said. Yeah, so, again, I'm just giving you guys both sides, right? Just to demonstrate, like, what's currently going on in school boards and, you know, what parents are doing to either be against the mandates or for the mandates, right? It seems our country is more divided than ever on multiple fronts, right? And this pandemic has really caused a huge divide. But, regardless of what side of the debate you're on, I just wonder, if the FBI is going to label all these parents, right, as domestic terrorists, right? Are they all potential domestic terrorists? Or is it just the ones that are against the mandates? Okay, is the parent that goes into a school board meeting and nearly strips naked, is he considered a domestic terror threat? Or is it just those that go against the mandates, right? That's right, the main question I have here. Okay, because ultimately, at the end of the day, this seems to be a state issue. That's kind of what it seems to be, right? And, this is argument or further argument for decentralization, right? In the sense that, listen, if you don't like what your state is doing, maybe it's not up to the federal government to step in. Maybe it's just up to you to move to a state that you agree with what they're doing, right? If you like mask mandates in school, move to a state or a school district that allows that type of stuff, right? If you don't want it, then move to a school district that disallows it. It seems that at this point, this really is a state issue, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.